Beloved Saints, today's 5-minute message of redemptive history is about haggidgad. During the 40 years in the wilderness, from the second book of Redemptive History series, The Covenant of the Torch. When we look at Numbers 33 verse 32, during the 40 years in the wilderness, the 28th campsite that the Israelites stayed in was haggidgad. This was the 14th campsite after the Israelites were sentenced to 40 years of wandering in the wilderness at Rithmah. Haggidgad means Gidgad's cave or Gidgad's hole. First, Israelites arrived at haggidgad after a long journey and found rest from their exhaustion. Israelites passed through Mosereth, the 26th campsite, which means punishment. And then they passed through Bene-Jacan, the 27th campsite, where Jacan means winding. And they also passed through a winding path and finally arrived at haggidgad. Haggidgad means Gidgad's cave, so there must have been many caves there. It is the same place as Gudoga, which appears in Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 7. Gudoga refers to a place with abundant water. Thus, haggidgad must have been a cave with abundant water. So the Israelites were finally able to have rest from their exhaustion. Everyone, when we look in the Bible, caves are safe hiding places for people. It was a place of refuge for David. In 1 Samuel 22 verse 1, David hid in the cave of Adullam from King Saul's oppression. Also in 1 Kings chapter 19 verse 9, Prophet Elijah hid in a cave in Mount Horeb from Jezebel. Beloved saints, the Israelites probably were greatly humbled as they passed through Mosereth and Bene-Jacan and into a winding path. Israelites must have examined themselves and realized their disobedience. Their hearts that rebelled against God became humble. Thus, God led a people exhausted from the long journey to a safe place with much water. In James chapter 4 verse 6 it says, "But he gives a greater grace." Therefore it says, "God is opposed to the proud, but gives grace to the humble." Everyone, through humbleness, let us have God's amazing grace of being led to a resting place, a refuge, and a safe shelter. I bless in the name of the Lord. Second, God is our refuge. When the end of the world comes, some people say that they're going to flee to Switzerland because Switzerland is permanently a neutral nation, so it is a good place to avoid war. Some people say that they will be going to Guam in the Pacific Ocean because there are powerful military facilities there, so it is safe. However, just like during the flood of Noah, all of the world received the judgment of the flood. So there is no safe refuge anywhere on this earth. However, when we dwell in God, there will be an absolutely safe refuge in this world. The reason is, God is our refuge. In Psalms 14 verse 6 it says, "The Lord is his refuge." In Psalms 46 verse 1 it says, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble." Beloved saints, as we live our day to day, let us examine ourselves and realize how we used to be so proud. But now with a humble heart, let us all dwell in God who is our refuge. Then, whatever situations or hardships that we may face, God will give us his blessing of absolute protection, and there will only be victory. I bless in the name of the Lord.